We don't waste your time here, short but juicy news video right here, right now. Greetings Rummies and welcome to RomRom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and to our regular news roundup, our weekly sim racing news. Welcome to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. If you have any news for us, send us a mail to news@romrom.net. It's oh so quiet at the moment in the world of sim racing, with just a tiny sprinkling of news, most especially because we aren't hearing anything from R-Factor 2 or Automobilista 2. And while we have not the slightest idea about what's going on in MSG land, I can assure you there's beta testing going on in Reza land. But from the looks of it, there will be no drop this month. Seems the Reza devs first had to come under from Crunchland, which is a very acceptable thing to do. Mates, get your work-life balance in order and then start dropping that wonderful new licensed content, okay? But small as it may be, there's still stuff going on. A very small patch dropped for Dakar Desert Rally, which addressed two issues having to do with saves. One was the loss of a save happening during gameplay, the other the glitching of the graphics for a couple of frames while the game was auto-saving. Available for PCs and PlayStation consoles already, Xbox seems to not have been ready yet, but it's incoming. The developers are continuing their work on other issues, see the link in our description, but at least now you won't be losing your saved games. Race Room has dropped new content in the form of the well-known ADAC GT Masters 21 season. Yeah, you heard right, the 2021 season. Available at the moment for about half the price at €13 USD or 1,299 VRP. We haven't talked about Snowrunner for a while, have we? Well, we break that spell today so that you know Season 8 Grand Harvest was released for all versions of the game this last week. After helping eliminate the results of heavy floods, industrializing a region, racing, or even helping reach the stars, we're going very much down to earth this time and will help in farming. You'll work the land with a tractor, transport fertilizers, fix farming equipment, and help build a renewable, clean energy infrastructure in 4 maps that take place in Central Asia. New to Snowrunner are the Kirovets K700 and Kirovets K7M tractors, as well as the Step 39331 Pike, bringing yet more specialized vehicles for you to learn how to use. And of course, tractor-specific add-ons, as well as tractor-specific mud tires and 3 Neo mud tires for free for everyone. A new mode called Game Plus has also been deployed, where you can start a complete new game with customized difficulty, allowing you to choose which parts of the game are easier, which are more difficult. Hey, like No Man's Sky, great minds think alike and all that. Also, Saber have very clearly hinted there's a Year 3 pass incoming. Keeping in mind that Year 2 was not even planned when Snowrunner was released, see our review up there, a Year 3 with again 4 seasons and a season pass is definitely a testament to the success of the game. So, what did you think of the third race of the season in the Automobilista 2 Community Cup? Wasn't it great once again? And the fact that the organizer himself was co-commentating made it even more interesting. And of course, us giving away a full copy of Automobilista 2, including access to the beta and the beta forum, thanks to Reza, was a plus, wasn't it? In any case, this race was an impressive show for curb clippers who dominated the podium and gave some of you the opportunity to win, grabbed by pure fate by Marlboro in a 1-2-3 of Drewface, Johnny B and Blankfile. The overall driver standing looks similar, with the difference being that Barry from the AMSU shares points with Blankfile. Because of the better overall positions Barry has gathered until now, he's on 3rd while Blankfile's on 4th place. This podium dominance means curb clippers gathered the most points a community can gather in a race, which establishes their position at the top of the community standings even more than it did before. Curb clippers extend their lead on 272 points, with AMS Unofficial trailing them on 192 points. RPM moved from 5th to 3rd with 157 points. The next round will see the drivers racing Watkins Glen on P1s on the 8th of November, a track and car combination RPM themselves chose. And if you want to be part of it, contact Jim at Just Race, the email you see on the screen, because a season 2 is already in the works. You won't need to wait that long for a commentated race from us, as next Sunday, the 23rd of October at 2000 CET, we'll see a race of the global enduro community racing Porsches at Mid-Ohio. EA released patch 1.12 for the newest F1 game in all devices and platforms, adding the 2022 season for F2, avoiding some crashes, and wait, Parc Fermé rules don't apply for the race after qualifying? This has got to be a typo, as Parc Fermé rules in F1 are in place even after the end of the race for some of the cars, and definitely between quali and race for all. Also, the game allowed you to do a Leclerc without penalty at Suzuka, as you could cut the final chicane without invalidating the lap. On that line, when you got a penalty invalidating the actual and the next lap in time trial, the next lap would be counted as valid anyway, which has now been corrected. A big issue with the ERS increase-decrease not working in qualifying has been solved, as well as another big issue with Heusinkveld pedals having a 50% brake dead zone, and yet another big issue with the display of the Thrustmaster T248 being inactive. You can read the complete list of changes following the link in a description. Help us create the content you love and become a patron. Let us spread our wings. Amongst other perks, it will fix your name for posterity like this, but you'll also get to know what we plan and what we're doing. So a big thank you to our patrons. If you come here regularly, please consider subscribing. WRC Generations is going to be the last official FIA WRC game from Nakon for the time being, so they've put everything they still had laying around in there. Apart from the 2022 World Rally Championship with 13 locations, and as far as we understood with all stages, there will be 8 bonus rallies: Argentina, Chile, Deutschland, Mexico, Sanremo, Corse, Turkey and Wales, for a total of 21 locations and 165 stages. Poland, Australia and China won't be in the sim, presumably for licensing reasons, and Nakon has no plans to add them later, as they have no plans to release further content as DLC. They're licensed for any WRC content ending this year. Hotfixes and patches will of course be released as needed. If you want to race Poland, you'll have to check WRC 7, Australia was present in WRC 8. They also have released a list of all the teams that will be included, 15 for WRC 2022, then WRC 2 and WRC Junior, and a whopping 29 teams in the Legends category, which starts in 1972 with the Lancia Fulvia HF and goes up to 2021 with the Toyota Yaris WRC of Sébastien Ogier and Julien Ingracia. Some of the Legends content will be only available as separate DLC or to those who buy the fully loaded edition. All in all, more than enough content to last you well into the next year, waiting to see which micropayment abomination EA is going to deploy under the license. Links to the lists with all rallies and teams are in the description. And if you're still here, thanks for eating all your veggies so that it doesn't rain tomorrow. Check the playlist to the left or the video to the right. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other on the podium.